What is up, YouTube? This is AVAULT here, back again today with you guys, another new Speed Duel deck profile. And today the Speed Duel deck profile we're doing is one of the most annoying decks to ever play against. And trust me, it's a really annoying deck to deal with. First of all, it's a 30 card deck, and I'll break it into detail down below a little bit by bit in this video to explain to you guys what this deck is all about. So some of you guys, as probably saw the title, I called it Spellcaster Control or Spellcaster Stall deck. You guys might see as well. That's the reason of running 30 cards. But without, waiting for too long, let's just go straight into our usual card sleeve review before we get into our deck. So today we're using this Yami Yugi's and Dark Magician 20th Anniversary OCG card sleeves today, which are really nice. I use these cards for some of my other deck profiles before with Speed Duels, so you guys probably have seen them before, and also with the 20th Anniversary Yu-Gi-Oh playmat. And there's a really cool opening video that I've done, the channel has done quite a while ago, so be sure to watch that video of the 20th anniversary. There's a lot of cool cards and cool stuff from the OCG in that set as well, so be sure to check that out. So first of all, since we all know this is a stall deck, or sort of like a milling type of stall deck, we're running Viral Infection as our skill, and only Viral Infection. All you do is basically, you can use this effect like once per turn, this skill once per turn basically. You can discard any number of your cards and declare one type of card, monster, spell, or trap, and your opponent basically has to send the same number of cards of that declared type from their deck to the graveyard, equal to the number of cards you discarded. So if you discarded 2 cards called spell, your opponent will have to get rid of 2 spells from their deck. If you discard 1 and call trap, they have to discard 1 from trap 3, and so on, and call whatever you want. And yeah, this is the main reason why this deck is extremely annoying, and the winning condition of this deck is basically stalling the heck out of your opponent and then using Viral Infection to deck them out. That is a very annoying deck to play against. Some of you guys might hate this deck, I tell you. I warned all of you before, if you do build this deck and bring it to your locals or anything, be prepared to be hated on as well, because some people will just absolutely drive them crazy when they're against this deck, I tell you. So first of all, we are running 3 mystical elves. The main reason for this, it's because first of all, it's a spellcaster. Secondly, it's a very strong defense, one of the highest defense monsters currently in the game. That is just level 4 and on summon, and not many monsters can run over this. Even Blade Knight just evens out, and it won't be able to destroy this monster, because since it's got 2000 defense. So that's the main reason. Set it on first turn, your opponent attacks into it, it's very unlikely they will actually be able to overcome that monster, unless if it was Blue Eyes or possibly Amazon Swordswoman, then you know, those monsters would be able to overcome Mystical Elf, but it's normally going to be a huge surprise for them. Next, we are playing 3 Magical Undertakers. What he does is, or she, not too sure what's it, but what it does is basically you can you can basically target 1 level 4 or lower spellcaster monster in your graveyard and special summon the target. So normally you just want to bring back your Mystical Elf if it ever does go into the graveyard. Next, we are running 3 Apprentice Magicians. Really, you don't use the first effect of the spell counter at all, ever. Not in this current format, not in this deck either. Spell counters are not really useful at the moment, but with the release of Scars of Battle, or Battle Scars, I can't remember what the new set coming up name of it is. There are something spell counter related that you can definitely become useful. But anyways, without straying too far, the main effect that is you want to use is, if this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon 1 level 2 or lower spellcaster monster from your deck in face down position. That means you want to special summon Magical Undertaker in face down position, so then it can get its flip effect. So there's quite a long loop of bringing monsters again and again, stalling time, making it very annoying for your opponent. And then the other option that we are playing 2 of is Magician of Faith, which is really great. You can basically target 1 spell card in your graveyard and add that target to your hand. I'm just gonna quickly skip to show you guys the spell cards that you would quickly play in this deck. You would play Mask of the Accursed and also Half Shot. And basically, you want to use Magician of Faith to bring these spell cards back from your graveyard. And you guys can already see it's it's full of annoying cards at the moment so far, and it just gets ever more annoying. So next, we're moving on with our more monsters. We're playing 3 Zombinas. Just really great to bring back more monsters from your graveyard, back in defense or whatever you want to bring back. Magical Undertaker. But Magical Undertaker won't pop its effect. So you want to bring back Apprentice Magician and Mystical Elf for the most part in this. Or you want to bring out this card, Yomi Ship. You want to play 3 copies of. Incredibly powerful when you're against any type of deck. You know, anything that runs into Yomi Ship gets destroyed as well. And you guys, as once again you guys can see, with all these roundup on the monsters, these are the most annoying monsters you can ever have. So this is a Spellcast. So this is the so-called Spellcaster Stall Viral Infection deck. I don't know. Pretty long name, but literally the most annoying deck you would ever have to play against, ever. And then, as you can, we are running 3 spells. The Mask of the Curse, and Mask of Curse, really annoying to deal with once again. Really annoying. It just stops your opponent's monster, and they take 500 damage. Every standby phase of your turn. Is just incredibly annoying. They can pop it with other monster effects, but you know, since you have a Magician of Faith, you can always just bring this card back very easily whenever it does. And then next, we're running 2 half shots because this is it's quite a situational card. It's not always useful, but you know, when you do have a face-up monster on the field in defense position, you know, you can basically stall for 1 whole turn with half shot in some situations. But you know, we're running 2 in the main deck here. Just because it's just really great in those situations. That's basically all the spells that you're actually playing. Next, we're gonna run into our traps. We're running 2 Michizuris. Some of you might want to run 3 because it's pretty neat as well. Combos really well with Zombina, or this whole deck in general, because the whole deck is you do want your opponent to attack into your monsters, except for it being Mystical Elf. When they do attack into your monsters, they destroy your monsters by battle, and then you want to flip this over, pop their monster, and then basically gain the advantage from your monsters' effects, such as Magical Undertaker, Apprentice Magician, Zombina, and Yomi Ship, and basically gain the board advantage from there instead. Next, we are playing 3 Forceful Checkpoints right here. Also a really annoying card to deal with. Lets you allow to know what your opponent has in their hand, which really combinates well with Viral Infection, because if you know what your opponent has on their hand, you can roughly guess what they have in their deck as well. You know, if you're knowledgeable with the whole current meta, you would know roughly what sort of cards they would play and how many of as well, because you can count their graveyard, you can count their hand, you can count their field to know, really make better decisions with your Viral Infection, and not diminishing your chances of making the wrong call of, say, spells, and when they have no more spells in their deck. And then last but not least, of course, the main staple, Windstorm Iwatakawa, must have in this deck. Again, this card just really great. It can stall off an entire turn when you're against your opponent, and really just an annoying card to have to deal with as well. Like I said, the most annoying deck ever. And moving into our side deck, we are playing 3 of Ready for Intercepting. Just a really great powerful card against any of the tier 1 decks that basically stops them from running you over. Next, you want to play 1 more Magician of Faith, you know, just in case if they do they have a type of deck that basically does get rid of your spells a lot all the time. You know, 1 more Magician of Faith in your deck will basically help you grab your annoying spells back from the grave. And then 1 last one, just another half shot, depending on the situation and deck that you might want to go against. You know, siding these 2 cards back into here, you know, makes the consistency a lot more. And the reason why is because you guys have to keep in mind that this deck is a 30 card deck, so the ratios and the math is entirely different compared to a 20 card deck. So the consistency is very different overall. So, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Give this deck a try out. Try against your friends, annoy them, and see what they have, what they say about it. Comment down below on what cards you would add or take out from this deck as well. Post your suggestions. Do you guys think it's a really hell of an annoying deck to play against? Would you actually hate facing against this deck? Got any questions? Post them down below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. You guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are. Be sure to subscribe to the AVAULT channel for more awesome Speed Duel content. And this is AVAULT, signing